Welcome to Legacy Fantasy Football. The legacy starts now.
Welcome to Legacy Fantasy Football. This is week 3.
A surprise from week 2. I was a little surprised about how Denver manhandled Dallas.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the weather stoppage, it would have been worse.
Oh, it would have been a total pillaging.
The defense had every answer for them.
Biggest surprise was that Elliott could not run at all.
He was just shut down.
You
Although,
know,
is it really a surprise since he's on my fantasy team?
where running backs go
Where
to
running
die.
backs go to die?
So if you're doing daily fantasy, you might want to stay away from Bell or Elliott because Frank drafted him. Maybe stay away from Tavecchio because he's on my team now, and I
And
have all
beware
the
of
kickers that
Miskowski.
miss.
It's a kicker graveyard. That was one game that surprised me. Craig, what about another game?
A game that really surprised me was the Washington Redskins versus the Rams. Washington just looks awful in the passing game, but somehow they finally kicked it up in the run game. I never would have expected that. I would have thought they would have just tried to air it out all day. But on the other side of it, the Rams are kind of surprising to me. You know, they're better than what we thought they would be.
I'm going to say my biggest surprise would be the Eagles-Chiefs. I thought the Chiefs would kind of blow them out. Eagles are a little bit stronger this year than I thought they would be, as much as it pains me to say that.
Okay, moving on. So we're going to talk about some key injuries from week 2.
Week 2 injuries, we predicted it to be an injury-riddled year.
So far, we have
When
not
did we
been
predict
wrong.
that?
On the podcast that I didn't hear.
Key injuries from week 2. We're going to start off with Greg Olsen for the Carolina Panthers. He's on the IR, so he's going to be out at least 8 weeks with a broken foot. After that, we had a couple people that got dinged up. We had Dak Prescott, Jordy Nelson, Rob Gronkowski, Randall Cobb, Corey Davis, and DeMarco Murray are some of the most notable people that got hurt.
Corey Coleman, broken hand.
Corey Coleman came out with another broken hand. Sam Bradford was on the sideline instead of helping his team lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big hit to the Baltimore backfield this week, Terrence West, with an undisclosed soft tissue injury. Jimmy Graham is questionable. And a big scratch, not an injury, big hit to the Dolphins. Lawrence Timmons went AWOL
Yeah, he did.
and is now suspended from the team indefinitely, which makes you question Miami's defense.
He had a mental breakdown is what he had.
Our favorite segment. We're going to do our game picks. This is for you guys that are playing in office pools, any type of
Swimming pools.
swimming pools. Me and Frank were 13-3 last week. Craig did a little bit better the week before, so we won't mention it. We're going to give you our picks for this week. If you listen to me and Frank, you'll probably be 13-3.
No point spreads.
No point spread.
Are you ready for some football?
Thank you. Thursday night game, Los Angeles Rams at the mighty San Francisco 49ers.
What you got?
I got to go Rams. I'll never root for the 49ers or pick them.
Yeah, I think the 49ers are going to do well this game, but I'm not going to pick them.
Is this an upset alert?
It's not really.
I'm bailing on them. I'm going with the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams. They got some injuries in the secondary for the 49ers, and I think they're going to capitalize on it. I think Cooper Kupp has another great week.
3 guys, 1 pick. Sunday games.
Sunday,
9:30.
Monday.
9:30 in the morning, we all wake up to the Baltimore Ravens versus Jacksonville.
Can't wait.
In
Jacksonville's home
London.
away from home.
What do you got, Craig?
Who's the home team? Jacksonville.
Yep.
I don't know, man. This is like one of those games where I usually go, I really don't want to see it or watch it. I'm going to take Jacksonville because they're used to playing over there. Like I said, it's their home away from home.
I'm going to let you go, Frank, because I'm not sure.
I like the Baltimore defense. I think Blake Bortles throws more interceptions than he does completions. And I like the Baltimore defense in this game.
That's a continuing trend for him.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Baltimore.
Denver at Buffalo.
Denver.
Matt, what about you?
I'm going to let you go.
I, too, will go with Denver and their defense.
I'm picking Buffalo this week.
Buffalo in the upset.
Buffalo in the upset. I don't know.
It's
I'm just
in.
feeling.
It's in Buffalo, right?
Yeah, Buffalo's got a good defense, but
I don't know. I'm just feeling.
Compared
it.
to what?
This is one of those ones where I would like to pick.
Compared to the kindergarten teams.
I would like to pick Denver, but something's just screaming Buffalo to me.
I think the only way Buffalo wins is with some type of catastrophic injury.
I didn't know they were
Pittsburgh playing this week.
what? Pittsburgh at Chicago.
Pittsburgh.
Schittsburg.
Kidsburg.
Yeah, we're all going Pittsburgh here. 3 guys, 1 pick. Atlanta at Ford Field in Detroit.
Ooh, this is a toughie. To me, the Lions are Atlanta light. I like to separate myself from the pack. I'm going to take Detroit over Atlanta.
How'd that work out for you last week?
I was right 50% of the time.
Atlanta.
I'm going to go with Atlanta also. And so far I've taken every road team. This is great. Cleveland at Indianapolis.
We're high on Indianapolis over here.
Mark 2 down for the Colts.
You're going to mark 3 down.
There's your first home
This is
team.
my first home team, and they will probably lose. Tampa Bay at Minnesota.
Frank's taking it in a suicide pick. He's taking the Colts.
Yeah, I may. I'm not sure yet.
Get him out of the way, Frankie.
Tampa Bay at Minnesota.
Ooh.
Minnesota's got a good defense. Don't know if Bradford's playing. Oof.
If Casey Keenum is the quarterback in Minnesota, it's in Minnesota, right?
Yes. Which is in the state of Minnesota.
Which is in the state of Minnesota. Gotcha. Tampa
West
might still be
Texas.
dealing with all that Irma stuff.
In Minnesota?
Well, back home, meaning like they're not training in their facilities.
All right. Well, this has been 4 minutes leading into your pick. What are you going with?
I don't know. Can we come back?
You circle the wagons. I'm
Circle
going to
the
go ahead
wagon.
and I'm going to take Tampa Bay. They've got 1 week of trending upwards right now.
Tampa Bay's got enough talent to fill a warehouse.
A legacy warehouse.
I'm going to go Tampa Bay after they throttled the Bears, an NFC North opponent.
I've made up my mind. Casey Keenum begins his legacy this week. I love this kid. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. Good pick. Houston at New England. The wide receiver-less New England Patriots.
I believe they signed some good prospects off their
Kaepernick?
off their practice squad this week. I'm going to take New England. I think they keep it on the ground and pound. Lots of foreplay.
Matt?
Who do you take?
I took New England.
He took New England.
Houston is starting Watson, if that makes any difference to you.
I'm going to... the Patriots never lose to Houston.
It's in
But-
Houston, right? Or in New England?
Yes. To New England.
It's in New
Yeah,
England.
it's in New England.
Did they lose twice in New England?
Houston, we have a problem. I want to pick you, but I'm going to take New England.
Boy, I really want to take Houston.
Me too.
Boy, I really think Deshaun Watson can run on New England.
Will J.J. Watt score a touchdown?
JJ Swat.
Will New England lose 2 out of 3 at home?
Well, they've only had one game so far at home.
It's a trend.
Demonetized.
I'm going to go New England, but boy, do I like Houston.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Miami at the Jets.
Miami.
The Jets always beat them at home, but I hate the Jets. I'm going to go Miami.
I think this is going to be the highest scoring game of the week.
Take Javon Curse. I almost did.
I think that this is going to be a shootout.
Facts. I will never pick the Jets, ever.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Miami.
So Matt's going Miami. Frank's going Miami. I'm going Miami. That's 3 guys, 1 pick.
That's a Miami Vice.
If this was in Miami, it'd be an easy pick.
I agree. Concur.
The
Yeah.
Giants at Philadelphia.
Jets don't fly in a hurricane.
You said it's in Philly.
Well played.
Wait, what was the game?
Giants at Philly.
I thought the Jets were playing twice. It's in Philly.
New York at Philly. What's it gonna be, Craig?
Circle the wagon. I gotta check this stat.
I hate the Eagles, and I never pick them, but I'm gonna pick them this week.
I'm only picking if they have those black
Boy, can the
uniforms.
Giants be that bad for 3 weeks in a row?
Here's why I'm picking them, and the only reason why. Their defensive line is pretty good. They get a bunch of sacks. Eli Manning gets sacked every other play.
Eagles secondary is beat up.
Their secretary's beat up.
Yep.
Oh boy, their secondary is also pretty beat up too.
You know, I'm gonna pick the Giants.
I've been
You think
burned
this
by
week
them
they
2
have a
weeks in row.
breakthrough?
Yeah,
Maybe they fire McAdoo.
hopefully.
We're gonna have to circle the wagon back on this because I have to see.
We're not circling the wagon.
Make a decision.
Matt, you went with Philly?
Gut check time. Yeah, I hated every second of it. Nut up or shut up. 3,
Greg,
2,
3.
1.
Eagles.
Eagles
E
Super
A
Bowl!
G L E S. Eagles. Eagles. Eagles.
Spell it right next time. New Orleans at Carolina.
E-A-G-L-E-S. I definitely spelled that right,
Would you
Dick.
Google it?
I have it on there. I was Googling the uniforms, Dick. What was the question? Penis head?
You were Googling Dick? What?
Anyway, what was the...
New Orleans at Carolina.
New Orleans.
All right, Craig chooses New Orleans.
No, I don't.
I'm going to choose New Orleans.
I don't know if they're in New Orleans.
Well, he just
Cam
said
Newton
at.
does not look good.
He's at Carolina.
And
didn't
he got that hurt ankle now. Bum ankle that was surgically repaired.
No Greg Olson.
Can we
Oh,
get this
wow,
out of the way
yeah.
that it's at Carolina?
It's
It's
in,
at Carolina.
it's in Carolina?
He just said that 5 times. You kept going, well, it's at New Orleans.
Oh,
And I was
Carolina.
like, no, it's
yeah,
at Carolina.
New Orleans has no shot. Carolina.
I also will go with Carolina.
Okay, well, odd man out, but I'm going to be the guy that goes 16-0 this
I
week.
hate agreeing with Craig. It just means I'm probably wrong. Seattle at
If
Tennessee.
you agreed with me last year, you would have won the championship.
Not on
Not really
picks.
sure what that means.
That's on fantasy.
On fantasy.
And
But
And
just
getting
let the record
godfathered
show-
into Devontae Freeman.
let's just let the record show that Frank disagreed with my team the entire year, and then fittingly,
Okay, this isn't the time for
I
that.
beat
So,
you.
who's the next
I
game?
mean-
is there ever a time not for it?
Yeah, like all the time. Seattle at Tennessee.
Ooh.
No DeMarco Murray.
No, DeMarco Murray's playing, I think, hopefully.
Is he though?
Yeah, I think a good point. Similar, he's going to probably post a similar stat line to Le'Veon Bell.
Will the Seattle defense control Marcus Mariota? Will Marcus Mariota throw 3 picks?
Tennessee.
I
Mark
like,
it down.
yeah, they're the only 10 I see. I like Tennessee.
Oh, I'm so sick of that. I'm actually going to go with
We keep it fresh.
Seattle because Craig picked Tennessee.
Never heard
Cincinnati,
that joke.
Green Bay.
Green,
Green Bay.
Bay.
Tyler Eifert is up in the air. It's in Green Bay. Oh, this one's a toss-up. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, Green Bay's got no wide receivers.
That's what I'm saying. Man, I don't know. But the defense, Burfict's out.
They have
Yeah.
Montgomery.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay. Only because Burfict's out, not because of Montgomery.
That was much ado about nothing.
Are you familiar with Montgomery?
I am.
Because he's the one that got me the victory over you. In
I don't
week
think
2.
this is the time for this.
He's trending.
Kansas City. What? So is my winning. So is his losing.
Trends
Kansas
come to an
City
end.
at the Los Angeles Chargers.
KC, all day. KC.
I think the Chiefs are due for a letdown. Do
The
I think
Chargers
it's
are
this
due?
week, though?
Well, that was a much ado about nothing. Who are you gonna pick?
Let's circle the wagons.
Circle the wagons. Who are you picking, Frank?
I'll take Kansas City.
Nice. 50-50 chance of winning. Circle on the wagon. Chargers are
Come
awful.
on, gravy train. What's it gonna be? Oh, he's
Chargers.
going Chargers.
What is that? Are you backing up?
That's where have you been?
I thought that was you. I thought that was you getting off. I thought that was you moving away from the
Do you
pick
make that
and-
noise when you get off? Oakland at Washington.
Oakland.
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 The only thing that scares me about that is Oakland doesn't do good on the East Coast.
There's nothing that
Is that a trend?
It's a trend for many years.
Monday night,
Many years.
the Dallas Cowboys at the Arizona Cardinals. Ooh.
Battle of the
Ugly.
bad.
Is it
This
gonna
is
be
like
Dallas
kissing. This
week
is like
2?
kissing your sister. Circle the wagon. I'm circling the wagon.
I'm circling the wagon.
I'm gonna go Dallas. There's no way.
Were they playing again?
Arizona.
Oh God! I was hoping the opponent changed.
Matchup gets uglier the more you look at it.
Oh God!
Craig would rather break
Arizona.
his phone than answer. I'm going Arizona just because I think
I don't think they.
they have to win eventually, and
Yeah.
Dallas.
Where's
ain't
this
that
at? It's in Arizona.
Yeah, but it's a Monday night game.
It's in Arizona.
Alright.
It's in Arizona, right? It's in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arizona.
Jason Garrett calls out both Zeke and Prescott this week.
Arizona.
All right, picks are in.
good. Our Muffin shout out.
Shout out.
They hooked us up with the pavilion.
The Einstein Pavilion. The Albert Einstein Pavilion.
Our sole sponsor for this episode is alleourmuffin.com. Order your favorite cookies, muffins, any type of baked goods. Free local pickup. Discreet shipping.
Nobody
If you-
needs to know that you are a muffin holic.
All right, sponsorship out of the way now. Let's jump into week 3. What are we going to start off with, Frank?
We're going to start off with a little bit of foreplay.
Welcome to week 3 foreplay.
Craig, name us 4 players that are going to be week 3 relevant in fantasy.
I got J.J. Nelson, Theo Riddick, Michael Crabtree, and Jarvis Landry.
Devonta Freeman at running back, Antonio Brown at wide receiver, Tavecchio at kicker, and Atlanta defense.
That's some great foreplay there, Matt. Now,
Notice how I
For some-
rushed my foreplay.
I didn't notice that. You want to get right to the business. With good foreplay, there should never be defense. So I'm going to stay away from the defense. You can have
Get
great
a lot of defense. I
You-
picked my wife's defense for foreplay.
You can have great foreplay in a car, so I will go with Derek Carr. I will go with Golden Taint.
Copper taint.
I will go with Kareem Hunt. And I will go with Ed Dixon. Those are my 4 picks.
Here we go, moving on from the foreplay, getting down to the business. Welcome to Mr. Legacy's Fantasy Line, helping you out with your DFS picks this week. All right, we're going to start off at quarterback. We're going with Alex Smith against the Chargers. I think he's poised for a great day against them. A lot of injuries in the secondary. Moving on the running back, I like J.I. against the struggling Jet defense. My running back 2 is going to be Isaiah Crowell against a struggling Indianapolis Colts run defense who hasn't been good in many years. My next big pick for the week is, and I think this is going to be a fantasy stud, is Demaryius Thomas against the Buffalo Bills secondary. I love what this guy does with the deep route, post, corners. He's going to run it all on them. I'm thinking this guy goes for 2 TDs. Michael Crabtree against a beat-up Washington secondary. I love him this week. I love Laurent Landry against the Jets. Also, Jack the Royal Doyle coming at you this week against a struggling front 7 in Cleveland. I like Lutz as a kicker, and I love the Eagles' defense against a struggling Eli Manning.
All right, our daily fantasy entries brought to you by All Our Muffin, sponsoring our picks. We got one lineup. My lineup's going to be Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, Devonta Freeman as my 1 running back, and my number 2 being Ty Montgomery, Antonio Brown, Michael Crabtree, Jarvis Landry as wide receiver, Eric Ebron at tight end, Tavecchio, the Raiders kicker, and Atlanta defense.
My lineup will be Derek Carr at quarterback, Christian McCaffrey running back, Ty Montgomery at running back, Sanu, Julio Jones, and Devontae Adams as my wideouts, Colby Fleener as my tight end, Matt Bryant as my kicker, and my defense is the Denver Broncos.
That does it for the first week, the first broadcast of the Legacy
Maybe.
Fantasy Football Podcast. Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Week 3,
Thanks for joining us. As always, we would appreciate donations to our Patreon, so that way we get Matt some new wheels, and I'm getting kicked out of my mom's house. That's not a 50-50 chance. It's happening.
That's happening.
Any day from now, so I'm not a beggar, but please donate.
Gonna be cold in that car.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of trash back there, so
Anyway, so again, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you come back again next week as long as this gets loaded up onto YouTube.
share it, like it,
Share
pass
it,
it
like
around.
it, leave comments, let us know if you hate it, love it,
See you
what
next
we can do
season.
different.
We'll hit up a Twitter. We had old Twitter for one of the 7 other names that we mentioned. In
We'll
the
just
beginning.
switch the name.
We'll make up a new Twitter.
Gotta give the
Don't
fans
hold
all
your breath.
Martell.
Don't hold your breath on that because
Don't
I'm
hold your
pretty
breath.
busy. I'm pretty busy. Late nights, a lot of late nights.
If somehow I throw this up on iTunes, rate it. That way we can get put up in the algorithm. We know it's not going to happen, so don't
This
hold
is
your-
coming off the cloud.
See you on E ESPN.
If you hear this,
Matthew Berry ain't got nothing on us.
how'd you break into my laptop? Please return it.
Or sell it for food money.
All right, guys, it's been fun.
Fucking train wreck.
Can we hear our picks?
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, our week 1 and 2 were much better.
Should have heard him. Legacy starts now.
Mr. Legacy.
And it just ended.